combination, it's an egg or seed, which managed to combine together and then lead to one new fungus, plant or beast, that they will be a little different at least. That mutation will probably reduce our new pal's ability to reproduce. But every now and then a mutation arrives, gives you a better chance of making more lives.
Bam! I'm right here in your face. Yeah, Brother R.A., 101 and 53 seconds. And I wasn't here last week. Nope. I didn't make it because I was too through. Because the week before, unfortunately, they made the changes. Yeah, see these buttons? Now, you just have to hold the thing down if you want to mute it. So I could be talking, but I have to hold it. See, you can hear me? I'm still talking. Now, that's a better way to go than to have it off during the whole show, and I talked the whole damn show, and not a word was being heard because the mics were turned off, and I didn't go like this earlier, you know? See, I didn't go, see, there's a light, so that means the mics are on. I didn't do that. But now, they've reversed the functioning, so you only mute it when, or you mute it and the light goes off. Now, what am I going to talk about today? Oh, that's right, I'm going to deal with this and deal with that. Oh, that's right, let's bring this up first of all, so y'all can basically take a look-see and what is on. We have CCTV and we have Brother R.A. Let's bring those two images up. BrotherRA.com, so that you know that, yep, BrotherRA.com, and we can cut to, where is this? CCTV. CCTV, Brother R.A., and I'm right here. Boom, in your face, 4 minutes into the show, and actually, I have a quote. Did I tell you this? All my DVDs have something on them. Let's just take a quickie look and see if we got a blank one, anyone in here, because the show's not being recorded right now. Why? What is this substance on my DVD? The Reality of Finding Yourself. There's a substance on that DVD. Did it melt in the sun? Oh my goodness. Oh well. But most of these have something on them, so Brother R.A. is not recording his show right now. It's not being archived for R.A.'s benefit. I have to make things happen. Then it could be digitally archived on BrotherRA.com, but I have to step up my game. And my game isn't stepped up. But Brother R.A. is easy at conversation, even though he doesn't have a topic just yet. I can tell you what's running through my mind, but this doesn't matter now, because I don't have a blank DVD to try to put in the DVD player to record. So, let's deal with, let's see, how am I looking in the other camera? That any different? So they're both wider shots. Which one do I like better? Do I like that one? Or I like that one? Oh, this is a closer shot, so let's stay close and in your face. And close and in your face, I dilly-dallying and belaboring the issue, don't really wish to address this right now, but I'm going to. Somebody taught me or shared with me that, you know, I read 365 Tao, right? Dang Ming Tao. 365 Tao. And I've been advised by some folks that I'm a little too harsh on Christians. And I really think that Christianity is holding black people back. And I really think that it's deliberate, that there's an influx or an increase of black folks becoming homosexual. And so these are population control measures. And many don't agree with me about, you know, there being population control measures out there. And someone told me, R.A., you don't have to agree with it, but respect it. So your sexual preference is your choice, and I really do believe that the media is manipulating the minds of the masses, specifically young black men, to become more homosexual. Because if black men are not copulating and procreating, then the white folks have a position of power, and they're not that threatened or worried by black men and their ability to copulate and procreate and have children. But as far as I'm concerned, I do believe that the power structure, and see, this is a system. The system is us against them or them against us, however you wish to think about that. But white, insecure men in the position of power feel threatened by no longer being on the face of the planet Earth. So hence, an influx of media manipulation and having black men desire other black men, or black men desiring men. And with men desiring men, then they're no longer desiring a woman, and they wouldn't have a child that would be a threat to the insecure white men in the position of power. So gay men are not a threat to white men in the position of power. But of course, I have to be the extremist and take things very far. So yeah, homosexuality is a population control measure. And I do believe Christianity is detrimental to the minds of black people or melanin dominant people. I think, see my shirt here today? Actually, this shirt is probably older than people in the audience. This was a 2000, that means what, 16 years ago? This t-shirt, yeah, has survived that long, but it's the Me and Family March that occurred in DC. And I, as a black thinking man, am very concerned about family. Men, women, and children. And as Father Nature, or as a thinking, conscientious, sensitive black man, and I don't see too many black men thinking, asserting themselves and asserting their power or asserting their thoughts. It's not about being in control, but it's about having the power of influence. And being a media professional, I'm acknowledging how the media operates in influencing the minds of individual people. And as a thinking black man, I'm seeing many minds are being manipulated to deviate off their path and course to achieve who they actually are and reach their inner essence. Because we're so distracted by this, that, and the other. And as a thinking black man who's family-oriented and family-minded, even though I am single, never married, and no children, I, as a sensitive black man, am still very cognizant and aware of what is in my environment. And I sit here week after week, right here, 438 Mass Ave, across the street from McDonald's, and there's a green truck parked out there, but the Union Baptist Church in which I became a minister of, Reverend Richard Arthur, I became a minister. But then, you know, hanging out in the pastor study and the ministers talking about, did you see the sister in this row, and talking about the ass and talking about the booty and all the punani and blah, blah, blah. And just being a male. So I thought there was a contradiction being a man and supposedly working for God. And, oh, we need the blood of Jesus to save our sinning souls. Yes, I'm full of contradictions. I talk this way and I talk that way and blah, blah. But you have to feel it out. You have to interpret the information through your ears and through your eyes. You can't smell me. Can you smell me? So, sister girlfriend told me I don't have to agree with it, but respect it. But I don't have any respect for Christianity because I see it being used as a manipulative tool by the power structure to keep melanin dominant people or black people divided, separated, and conquered. I mean, number one, should an individual serve an energy outside of themselves? If you understand and acknowledge you are divine energy, should you take your energy of yourself, of your inner essence, and put it in something else? Here, I'm going to take the inner essence of who I am and put it over here. I'm going to take all of me, and I'm going to believe in Jesus and God. Does that make sense? No, it doesn't. So, as a divine energy, as one who was in the minister's study or the pastor's study, a reverend, quote unquote, I think it's wise that everyone be taught that they should revere themselves. So, I'm going to go ahead and read some of 365 Tao. So, Teacher Heej, Master Heej, Teacher Heej Robinson, the Roxbury Tai Chi Academy, shared this with me. I got my own copy, and I'm just going to read this to you. Wellspring of energy rises in the body's core. Tap it and be sustained. Channel it and it will speak. Now, can you grasp that concept? Let me just stick with this little bit of poetry real quick and repeat this again to you and see what level of understanding you ascertain or grasp or hold of with my reading these lyrical lines. Wellspring of energy. So think of the energy coming in through the base of the balls of your feet. You're standing on this wellspring. You're standing on Mother Nature. You're standing on Earth. And the Earth is full of energy. Now you standing on this Earth, and you have the capability and the ability, you have the wellspring of energy bubbling into you. Now, it rises in the body's core. The energy comes up into the inner essence of who you are, the body's core. Tap it and be sustained. You tap into this energy within yourself and you sustain yourself. Now, not only tapping this particular energy, excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm reading to you 365 Tao, and this particular page is page 59, entitled Source. Source. So now the wellspring of energy bubbling into your being rises in the body's core. Tap it and be sustained. Channel it. If I take all of my energy, channel it into the inner essence of who I am. I channel this energy and it will speak. This is who we are. Divine energies. We tap into the energy, we sustain it. We channel this energy and it will speak to us. Now, let me continue reading the rest of this particular page. The source of all power is within yourself. Although external circumstances may occasionally hamper you, true movement comes solely from within yourself. Let me repeat that for you. The source of all power is within yourself. Although external, outside, circumstances may occasionally hamper you, true movement comes solely from within yourself. The source is latent in everyone, but anyone can learn to tap it. When this happens, power rises like a shimmering well through the center of your body. Physically, it will sustain and nourish you. But it can do many other things as well. It can give you gifts ranging from unusual knowledge to simple tranquility. It all depends on how you choose to direct your energies. You choose to direct your energies. We cannot say that a person will become enlightened solely by virtue of having tapped this source of power. Energy is neutral. It requires experience, wisdom, and education to direct it. You may gain power from your meditations, but it is possible for two people with the same valid attainment to use it in two different ways, even to the extremes of good and evil. Finding the source of spiritual power is a great joy. Let me repeat that again. Finding the source of spiritual power is a great joy. Deciding how to direct it is the greatest of responsibilities. Should I be sharing such knowledge and information with you? Are you capable of grasping the concepts that I'm sharing with you? I can lead a horse or a cow to water, but I can't make it drink. I'm sharing knowledge, wisdom, my experiences with you. Are you capable of processing the data, the information I'm sharing? Or is it too overwhelming? I, as Father Nature, as a black man, being able to see, comprehend, hear, learn, acknowledge, think with my liquid, fluid pineal gland. Think with the level of spirituality I have latently within me. You have also. It's within you. But do you access it? Do you acknowledge it? Do you tap into it? I'm going to leave source alone. I'm going to go to opportunity. I'm going to read the next page in Tao. That was page 59, 365 Tao, source. Advice: I don't have to agree with others' religion, but I have to respect it. But with me just reading source, I don't see individuals respecting their own divinity, their own spirituality. I don't see individuals tapping in to their inner essence, understanding their core, developing and nurturing who they are. If church teaches you to believe in an energy outside of yourself, what does that leave for you? So, source is the energy within us. We all contain it. Do we all acknowledge it? Are we all aware of it? Do we access it? Do we tap into it? We don't even tap into it, never mind trying to channel it. Okay. Too heavy of a topic. That was our first 30 minutes. Let's move into opportunity, page 58. I read these pages of Tao and become overwhelmed with the level of spirituality, consciousness and awareness of it, its writers. Dang Ming Dao, 365 Tao. Page 58, opportunity. A green bird darting in the night. Will you be able to see it? Will you be able to catch it? Cling to Tao like a shadow. Move without a shadow. I'll read the rest of this before I get into RA explanation. But this is some very opportunity. A green bird darting in the night. Will you be able to see it? Will you be able to catch it? Cling to Tao like a shadow. Move without a shadow. Times of oppression and adversity cannot last forever. How is it the transition made to new and better situations? In the midst of great difficulty, a teeny opportunity will open, if only by chance. You must be sharp enough to discern it, quick enough to catch it, and determined enough to do something with it. If you let it pass, you will be filled with regrets. Stick to Tao like a shadow. Wherever it goes, you go. As soon as it throws something your way, catch it by sheer reflex. It is like the bird. If you try to catch it, you will miss. If you are always with it, moving at its speed, as much a part of it as its own shadow, then it is easy to seize it. When you act, however, you in turn must have no shadow. In other words, what you do must leave no messiness, no leftover consequences, nothing that will haunt you later. That is one of the ways in which you avoid creating more bad situations for yourself. Your every movement is traceless. Opportunity. So, my first reading this, it says, times of oppression and adversity cannot last forever. Yeah, okay, I don't know who you are, and you'll have to deal with me later. So, times of oppression and adversity cannot last forever. How is it the transition made to new, better, and I read it as mountain, as opposed to so I'm reading opportunity from Tao, and yeah, I read this, times of oppression and adversity cannot last forever.
Hello?
How is it the transition made to a new and better situation. And I read situation as mountains. I'm sorry. This is BrotherRA.com at 1:36 on a Wednesday afternoon. Brother RA is off the air at 2 p.m. Yeah, that means in like 20 minutes or so, Brother RA will be off the air. But, so, better situations, and I didn't read it as situation, I read it as mountains. How is a transition made to new and better mountains? And so for me, to get from one mountain to the other mountain, I have to go down into the valley. That means I have to deal with the quagmires of life. Deal with the obstacles and this and that to get from this peak down the valley and up the mountain to the next peak. Go from peak to peak. There's no level. Life doesn't help you that way. So I thought it was rather interesting, that opportunity going from mountain to mountain, not only mountain to mountain, but I have to deal with the valley. Times of oppression and adversity cannot last forever. How is the transition made to a new and better situation or better mountain? In the midst of great difficulty, a teeny opportunity will open, if only by chance. I must be sharp enough to discern it, quick enough to catch it, and determined enough to do something with it. So, dealing with the source and understanding that this latent power is in everyone. If everyone has spiritual energy, yet the church is teaching the congregation that you need the blood of Jesus to save your sinning soul. Sinning soul. Are you a sinner or are you a divine energy? Here's an opportunity. How do you view your divinity? Is it an opportunity to see that you are the source, you are the wellspring of energy? You have the wellspring of energy resonating within you? But are you cognizant, conscientious? Do you acknowledge this wellspring within your own spiritual self? Do you see life has given you opportunities and you piss them away by remaining stuck on stupid? You must be sharp enough to discern it, quick enough to catch it, and determined enough to do something with it. If you let it pass, you'll be filled with regrets. Stick to Tao like a shadow. Can you allow your spirituality to stick to such energy as a shadow and move with it? Move with the Tao You are the Tao. You are that energy. You are that wellspring. I have 20 minutes left. Let me read the next page. I'm reading backwards in my Dang Ming Dao, 365 Dao. So I started with 59, read 58. 59 source, 58 opportunity. Now let's read 57. Predilection. 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 For those who follow Tao, do so from their own predilection. There are no promises, yet the rewards are immeasurable. Of all the spiritual traditions, following Tao is amongst the least popular. Its adherents are poor and veiled with humility. In comparison, many traditions offer heaven, forgiveness, comfort, ecstasy, belonging, power, and wealth. Tao offers only three things: sound health, a way through the bewilderment of life, and liberation from the fear of death. That is why there are so few followers of Tao. There is no glamour, there's no congregation, there's no ranking. You are either in the state of Tao or you are temporarily out of it. When you die, you die. You have to be tough to follow Tao. If you can avoid being discouraged by poverty, isolation, and obscurity, you will find an unshaking devotion that will last your entire life. And rewards will come in slow and subtle ways. You may not be suddenly rich and influential, but you will discover, to your great delight, rich and influential. You may not suddenly be rich and influential, but you will discover, to your great delight, that there is a secret source of sustenance. Once you taste that, all your doubts will fade, and both poverty and loneliness will be easier to bear. Once you taste that, all your doubts will fade, and both poverty and loneliness will be easier to bear. I've just finished reading Predilection of 365 Tao. For those who follow Tao, do so from their own predilection. There are no promises, yet the rewards are immeasurable. So, chose the path that I'm on. I chose to go in this particular direction. I chose not to deal with an energy outside of myself. Chose to see myself as it says in the Bible. God says, I am that I am. So I'm God, and I am saying, I am that I am. I am this source. I am this energy. That energy rises up into my core. I'm working and focusing on having more people see their core. But once again, I can lead a horse to water, but I can't make it drink. I can lead a cow to water, but I can't make it drink. You, the individual divine energy, must be able to see yourself as that, a divine energy. Where does that come from? Do you go to church and the church says, all of you are divine energies? And how many of you would continue to pay tithes and offerings in that church? You go to church and he tells you you're a God, and would you continue to still need that minister, preacher, pastor, church? Or would you start to live your life a little differently? Wow, I don't need the blood of Jesus. I don't need this church because I'm a divine energy. I can go within myself and resolve my problems, matters, and issues just by thinking a thought. What did I say in Source? We cannot say that a person will become enlightened solely by the virtue of having tapped this source of power. Energy is neutral. It requires experience, wisdom, and education to direct it. You may gain power from your meditation, but it is possible for two people with the same valid attainment to use it two different ways. Finding the source of spiritual power is a great joy. Deciding how to direct it is the greatest of responsibilities. The source of all power is within yourself. Do you see the source of all power within you? Are you capable of thinking that thought? Are you capable of going outside the normal, regular means? Do I share too much? Do I put too much on the table? Is this viewing audience capable of comprehending the knowledge that I share? Or is this just too overwhelming? Well, RA, if it's all of that, then why, am I in competition? Or am I just here sharing divine energy, causing you as an individual to think differently, raise up your self-esteem and self-confidence, see the inner essence of who you really are, tap totally into yourself. So then, it's easy to change your life patterns and move on to something different. It's not easy, huh? No, it requires too much thought. What? I gotta do my own thinking? I can't do that? You mean think I'm a divine energy? I'm a god? No. Really? You must be shitting me. That's crazy. Only God is God. Then I read in one of those talking about tranquility. Do we worry and stress over nonsense? Do we know how to be calm, cool, collected, relaxed, reaching a higher level of self in relaxation and meditation? Come and go with me. Go deep within yourself. You can sit with your eyes open, sit with your eyes closed, sit in front of a mirror with your eyes open. Guys, look into your left eye. Girls, look into your right eye. Look in the circle of your pupil. Look in the iris of your iris. The pupil inside your iris. Notice the circle. no beginning, no end. Tap into the divinity or infinity of who you are as divine energy. Relax. Lower your shoulders, raise your crown. I've been your host, Brother R.A., and that's all I had to say today.
We've all seen stories of conflict that ended with peace.